Tall in the saddle, Anthea Gunner is back doing what she loves best.
Come on.
When a riding accident left Anthea with a spinal injury 3 years ago, she refocused on one clear goal.
I didn't really care if I could walk or not, I just wanted to ride.
Anthea's spinal injury was caused by a simple slip. She was leading this horse, Frankie, along a muddy track. Anthea lost her footing and they tumbled down a bank. The 500-kilogram horse landed on top of her. Anthea ended up in Burwood Hospital, her spine broken at T10-11. ACC funded her rehab and physio, with all her energies focused simply on getting back in the saddle.
And so I did lots of balance exercises in the hospital. I had to sit on a roller and I brought my saddle in and had to balance and hands on my head and everything.
When the time came to leave hospital, Anthea was ready to get back on her horse. Her physio agreed she could climb into the saddle, and it felt great.
I wanted a photo of me and Frankie just send as a thank you. And my sister and I sort of jacked it up. We had Aaron and his brother there to help just in case something went wrong, and my mum was there and Dad was there. And fortunately my sister and I were on the same wavelength and we had the photo shoot, and then she said, right, let's go for a walk down the lane. And so he was great. He just cruised along, trapped me like spun glass really. He just didn't want to put a foot wrong.
While it's only 3 years since her accident, Anthea's found ways to live life as she always intended. That's largely due to strong support from her partner Aaron, who's a practical kind of bloke.
We just had to figure out other ways of her to do her normal day-to-day stuff. Essentially, the more Anthea can do, the less time I need to commit to her, things she wants done. Figuring out ways she can still ride, things like that. The first was we bought her a quad bike.
Aaron, can you please give me a hand to put my chair on the bike?
We didn't really know how that was going to work. We didn't know she'd be able to sit on it. We thought about building a big chair to hold her up and things like that. But it's worked out really well. She can jump on it herself, get around, feed out her horses, shift fences. It's quite surprising what she can actually do on her quad bike.
These two met when they were sixth formers at Kaipoi High School. They've been together for over 10 years and they're engaged. Anthea says they've simply accepted the accident and adapted together.
I guess it was hard initially because I like to be quite independent, especially with my horses, and having to rely on Aaron to help me was a bit hard to swallow for a while.
They've recently moved into their new home on a 10-acre block built with the help of ACC.
This kitchen's been great. Seeing as we've started from scratch, I've been able to have a nice low bench. It's usable. We put an extra sink in, which has meant, you know, if I'm cooking pasta, I can drain it without having to carry it across to the island. And this oven is awesome. It's got a tray underneath, so I can pull it out, park up, and then just open her up.
The property has been designed for complete accessibility. Doing the laundry's a breeze. And if work around the home is easier, that leaves more energy for paid work. Anthea's back at work with Courier Post, the company she was working for when she had her accident.
I was off for 4 months and they were great the whole time. Always in contact, sent me lots of gifts and things in the hospital and books and carry on. And then when I wanted to come back to work, after being stuck at home for a month, they just said, sure, come on in and we'll see what we can work out. Morning, guys.
Morning, Anthea.
Morning. Good, thank you.
Determined to hang on to her skills and place in his team, boss Craig Churchill created a position for her to move to. And now she's his PA.
I think Anthea's a person that's got a lot of integrity and clearly just such a positive outlook. I mean, she really is a positive person. She lets nothing get in her way.
One snag though. When we were filming, Craig's office was upstairs and the new lift wasn't quite finished.
I'm getting fitter going up and down the stairs. It's amazing what you can do and how organised you can do when you have to be.
ACC has made sure the rest of the building is accessible and that staff know how to support Anthea.
Did you need that accommodation for Nelson, Jamie?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Within a year of her accident, Anthea was working full-time.
I just wanted to get out of hospital and get on with it. They made me stay at home for a month and I was just about climbing the walls. If I'd been able to climb the walls, I would have. And the cat's great company for a week or so, but after a month it starts to wear a bit thin, and so I just wanted to get on with it. When sitting at home, you start thinking about, you know, dwelling on what's happened rather than actually just getting on with it. I had only been back at work a couple of months and we had a conference in Rotorua, and I guess I was more anxious about whether I would be able to last the distance. I was only doing half days and it was a 2-day conference, and I hadn't met a lot of the people, and we had to go orienteering. I had people pushing me around the forest, but it all, you know, came together and it was fine.
She's now cut back her work hours to follow a new career, para-equestrian dressage, on her new competition horse, Mask.
Good boy, Mask.
She recently competed in the Australian Dressage Championships.
Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to take Mask, but that's basically a learning curve, stepping stone towards World Equestrian Games, which is the ultimate goal, which is 2 years' time in Kentucky. And one day I'd like to take him to the Paralympics as well and ride there. He's only 7 years old, so he's got lots of time, and I certainly think between us we can work it out, and it'll mean a lot of lessons and a lot of sponsorship and fundraising, but hopefully we'll get there.
Looking at Anthea's track record so far, you can lay a bet on that.